this thing on. Okay. Okay, so what I was saying is, remember, concept is crazy. Um, Let me delete this first so I can explain further and better to you. Okay, so if you ask me, what am I saying? Why did I say this? Why did I say that? Let's go back in time frame. Where did I pick this on from? From the inducement level. That's why I classify it to be a strong high. It might be weak, it might be low, we don't know. But one thing is for sure. Right now, we're definitely in that level. You can see that, right? It got induced. So this could be a really nice mitigation area for supply, or to classify as supply. I don't have an inducement box, shit. So even this right here, let's call this guy liquidity. So market is still going to come back to take out this guy. More reason why we shouldn't just only focus on the fact that a trend is bullish or bearish. That's not the case. So we know from experience that all of this is a supply. Sorry about that. All of this straight down is a supply range. Okay, but right now we are inside this particular one right here. So I'm going to drag this forward. This is another point the market can come to. Now that's a nice point to note. Now let's go into lower time frame. Say 1 hour. Right now, there's a high chance market mitigates here. Let me use it to. There's a high chance market mitigates this demand and come to this high. But because of this mitigation that is here, people would feel like, okay, it's now time for market to go down. They are expecting. Don't expect, just react. You get. But then you are reacting with what? You are reacting with time. You need to react with time. You need to react with time. Let me go back again so I can explain further and better. If I go to 15 minutes, what am I seeing? The first thing we need to look for, always need to look for, is liquidity. Do we see liquidity before now? Me, I look for like inducement type of liquidity and then a trend line kind of liquidity. In this case, this is the inducement kind of liquidity. So that liquidity just got induced with this guy right here. Okay. So there's a potential. So that means, this guy right here could be a good move to take the market higher, to take out some certain levels here. No problem. It's understandable. But what's the also possibility? That's why I said don't do possibility, don't expect. There's a possibility that it doesn't reach there and then the market just does what? This. Instead of us say, okay, inducement, mitigation, boom. No, it might not do like that. It might just come like this. Use this guy and go down. But that is just using the inducement as a sweep of liquidity. Now, the second option would be, what other liquidity do we see? I'm saying this guy as a liquidity. This looks somewhat like a liquidity to me. Okay. We have 1 touch, 2 touch, probably would have another touch. We don't know yet. But does it look like a liquidity? Yes, it does. So does that mean, okay, at least now there are two things that could happen. One is market coming into this area, which is a good demand zone. It needs to reach inside this box. If it doesn't reach this box, it doesn't make sense to me. It needs to reach inside this box within the time window and then go up, and for me to target this high. I'm not going to target this place. No. I'll target where the liquidity reaches. People would put their entry or target here and do something like this. Maybe they will see something like this. Maybe it's inside here, they will get the confirmation and then they want to target here. Why? Why are they trying to kill themselves? Target what you can see. This is the end of the liquidity. Put it at the top of it here. Or if you want to be safe, put it down here. If you can see, that's more like a mitigation zone. Or you can even put it here, where you know that yes, is break of structure kind of thing. So anywhere is nice. Do you get my point? But don't expect. and don't do probability in the market. Don't expect the market to do what you want. We don't command it. And you can only just from fact choose some point of entries. Now, assuming this happened inside my time window, let's check the time this happened. This sweep happened by 11. So of course that minute, I think there's one that is 11:30 Nigerian time. So one is 11. Once it's 11:30, we had a rejection. Let me draw it out. Once it was 11:30, we had a rejection of this supply. Market's coming back down, but it's just for a short period of time because movements are not really that stable in all sense. So the market might just mitigate this and come down to this demand before flying up. We don't know, or continue down. We don't know. But the most important thing right now is this is what we've seen so far: inducements of that liquidity coming from the other side, a mitigation of this supply, and not just the mitigation of the supply, it created a trend line that it swept, which makes it more look like it's even has more value, and also created what we also need to note. It could also mean what a break of structure. So we just need to be careful to watch out. That's why it is good for us to use timing in most cases. I only don't use timing when I've mitigated a certain area of maybe supply or demand, and then I expect price. So I only use it when I'm expecting something. But if I'm not expecting anything, I wouldn't do. I wouldn't just enter without time. So yeah, that's what I wanted to let you know. If there's any other question, just let me know.